Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I know everyone feels so excited as me. I am so overjoyed. I was so emotional when I heard the news, the ruling in my favor. And again, you cannot imagine how grateful I am, how humbled I've been through this whole experience. Like I said, this is just long overdue. And it was hard to believe it, and I might have not sounded excited to some of my family members because I had tears of joy inside of me, but right now I'm just expressing all of that excitement and all of that joy, so I just want to share it with you guys. Thank you so much, because I'm already halfway home. Now things are really, really going to start to be moving. Anyone that doesn't know about the type of decision that the judge gave me in reference to an actual innocence hearing, let me just give you, a legal 101 on what this is. Well, first of all, when anyone submits a 440 motion to review their case, and a judge has the opportunity to rule based on giving one of three type of hearings. He can give one, which is an evidentiary hearing, which basically limits the defense attorneys to the type of evidence that they're going to be allowed to utilize at a hearing if the judge allows and rules for that hearing. So you're not going to be able to introduce everything regardless of what you have gathered or what you have in place for a hearing. That's an evidentiary hearing. There's going to be certain parts of the case that the judge basically interests him. It impacted him, and he feels those are the only issues that need to be focused on. The other is a newly discovered evidence hearing. And a newly discovered evidence hearing is basically evidence that was acquired through a private investigator, an attorney, or somebody that wasn't available back when anyone was going through trial, because if that evidence was available, more than likely the person would have never been convicted. And when a hearing is granted for that, that is the only evidence that is allowed to be presented and utilized, heard, and ruled for at that form of hearing. Again, that's a newly discovered evidence hearing. But in my case, where the judge ruled for an actual innocence hearing, it's basically focusing on my innocence. And what that means, this is the best type of hearing that anyone can receive, because it's a hearing where I have to be vindicated. It's a hearing where not only does the judge has allowed evidence that was never introduced before, wasn't available, and evidence that was just acquired, but he's allowing all four type of evidence into this hearing. More or less, you could say it's like having a new trial, but it's not, because it's a hearing without a jury. The judge is the only person that's going to be allowed to rule like how he did by granting me this hearing, and it's basically just for my innocence. You have people that have what they say been wrongfully convicted, and district attorneys dismiss cases, but what that means is that when somebody has been wrongfully convicted, it doesn't mean that that person is innocent. It just means, again, that the district attorney and everybody decided to dismiss the case because they found information of possibly prosecutorial misconduct, but the person was never exonerated. He never was declared innocent. In my case, with the actually innocent hearing, the judge will vindicate me by declaring me actually innocent. And this is the reason why he has allowed all types of evidence to be heard in my hearing. So that is the greatest type of hearing that anyone conceive, and at the same time, it's one of the hardest hearings that anyone can try to get. And this is rarely done, especially in Manhattan Supreme Court. The only other person that I know, to my knowledge, since I've been in prison, that has received a hearing like this is a good friend of mine, Fernando Bermudez. There's probably been one or two others, but for the most part, the majority, it's unheard of. You really get this. So this is a huge day. This is why it was great news to hear that the judge granted me the actual innocence hearing, because it's a major step towards my freedom. I'm halfway home with this. I'm halfway out the door with this. it says a lot to the world, to society, to everybody that's been supporting me and everybody that's been believing in me. And and because of this, what's more than likely to happen now is that the district attorney basically has two options. The district attorney has to evaluate if they're going to proceed with having this hearing. They have to be careful about now everything that they tried to bury and cover up in reference to my innocence, how it might blow up in their face and embarrass them. And whether they care or not, at the end of the day, like I said, then the judge will vindicate me by declaring me actually innocent. But if they do care about it, then they probably will hold out to the very last day before, or the very day that the hearing is going to start, and just agree to dismiss the charges by going along with the declaration of the judge in declaring me actually innocent. And I will be exonerated by being declared innocent and not wrongfully convicted. So basically, those are the two options right now that the district attorney can take in this matter here. And believe it or not, I'm not just being optimistic. I'm being realistically optimistic in this matter here. Evaluating everything, there is a big chance, there is a big opportunity that the second of those two options might actually take place. The district attorney might not want to proceed with this hearing and just decide to drop all the charges and go along with the judge's declaring of declaring me actually innocent. There's a big percentage, there's a big chance of that happening. If not, we'll go through the process, and at the end of the day, like I said, they can try to bury the truth, but the truth is coming out little by little, and in this case, half of it came out. So I am just so elated. It's been a splenetic, and I say that emphatically, a splenetic 72 hours since this ruling, and I'm so happy, and I thank every single body that's listening and supporting me with this. Now, because of this, I hope that you are even more motivated, more inspired to even spread my innocence to everybody that you know, just not in New York, but on a national and international level. Go online, speak to people, get in contact with whoever you can, and just, tell them whatever they can do to support me, please support me, because this is really impacting a lot of people. I've received so much news from so many people that I don't even know that support me with my innocence, and I thank God and I thank them for supporting me, and like I said, I'm just so humbled. I'm so humbled by this whole entire experience. I truly am, and I can't wait. And now, more than ever, I can't wait to really be with everyone to celebrate my freedom when I get out of here, once this is all over, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to all celebrate, and I'm just waiting for that day to come, because God has not let me down. I told you that I just been leaving everything in His hands. He told me to trust in Him, and look how has God delivered. So whether you're a believer or not, but I am a believer. I'm a firm believer. God has delivered, and He's going to continue to deliver, because there's only one last step in this case right here, and that's bringing me home, and it's just about to come. So let's move harder, let's work harder, and let's make this happen. Once again, you guys have been an integral part of this whole entire process. You guys are huge in this. Thank you so much. Let's continue to do this. Let's free Johnny. Free Johnny, free Johnny, free Johnny. Spread the word around, and let's not give up. Let's go forward, move forward, and thank you. Take care.